In this video, I will talk about the data reduction process in the Demetra software. For this demonstration, I will use the Demetra version 5.1, and this is the version for the LP600 spectroscope. And again, for this video, I will use the embedded images, the demonstration images provided with the software, because I have no spectroscope connected to my PC, so I cannot connect to take direct image on the spectroscope. So I will use the demonstration image, and then I go directly to the manager of the observation, the managing observation module. Okay, so you know that now you have the different observations here, and we continue to work with the Vega images. We have the definition tab, we have the images tab that we already covered in previous videos, and now we will focus on the data reduction. So I explain you that the data reduction is very simple, because you can run directly all the operation in a single click on this run button. But in fact, it's important to understand that really the data reduction process is the core of the system, and even if this is very fast and automatic when everything is tuned properly, it is important that we understand exactly what happens to each step. And then what I propose here is really to go to each step, step by step, and understand what is made with your images and your data. Okay? So you can go to each data reduction process step, okay, and at the end, when you go to the last operation, the process is done, and then the data reduction process is finished. When a step is run, then it becomes green, okay, and you can also see that for each step you have some parameters here, and for some of them, like for the geometry, for instance, you have some parameters on the right part of this module. Okay, so we'll go through all the steps in this video or in the next ones, and now the idea is really to go in each step. So let's start with the master steps. Okay, so first I can double click on the image after and before, and then it displays here in the bottom part of the screen. So if I double click on the image after for the offset or the bias, I see that the image is quite noisy, and I've clicked here to show the image and to show the right thresholds. And now if I click on the image after the processing, I see the results. It's much less noisy, and this is why we are doing this operation. This operation is just a median of the image. So at the end input you have a series of images, and you can run through the series here. So I can look at the first image, the second image, the third image. Okay, each time I double click on the image, and then it appears in the bottom part of the screen. And on the other side, when the process is done, so after I've clicked on the run process here, then the Vega offset image appears. So this is the result of the operation. Okay, so you have the raw image and you have the resulting image here. Okay, and you can do the same for all the images for the dark, and for the dark median, for the dark result. Of course, the result is very similar to the offset, and well, the difference, however, is you can see in the log here, the difference between the dark and the offset is for the dark we also have the calculation of the hot pixels, if any. So you have some parameters here, and in this case, Demetra have found 90 pixels, 90 hot pixels that will be corrected later on. Okay, and the last operation is the flat operation. I can run also it, and I can look at the image before, look at the image after. So in this case there is not a big change, because there is a high signal to noise ratio, so there is a high level of information. So the median has not a lot of effect in this case, not visual effect. It does have an effect, but it's not really visual. Okay, so you see the result in the log here. You can see the last operation that has been computed here in this blue part of the screen, and once the image is fully processed, the step becomes green. Okay, so when it's green, it's okay. So this part is done. There is no problem. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll continue in the next video to detail each step of the data reduction process.